Hello and welcome to Silver's Cocktail Course, my video series in which I present Warcraft-themed cocktail recipes. The idea for this video series came when Blizzard announced the release of the WoW cookbook, and so I decided to reactivate my bartending knowledge and combine it with my passion for Blizzard games, creating and presenting Warcraft-themed cocktail recipes. In this first episode of the series, I will present the basic techniques, tools and ingredients for creating cocktails in order for you to recreate these drinks yourselves. In the following episodes, I will present recipes in two playlists, one for alcoholic drinks, one for non-alcoholic drinks. So let's start with the most common tools and ingredients for cocktails. The most important tool for making cocktails is, of course, the cocktail shaker. Here we see the most common version, the 3-part metal shaker. There are other versions like the 2-part Boston shaker, but that one's a little bit harder for beginners because it's not so easy to handle. And then we need, for measuring the ingredients, a jigger. The usual measurement of cocktail ingredients in Central Europe is the centiliter CL. In other parts of the world, the fluid ounce OZ is more common, so I will present my recipes in both systems. The jigger consists of 2 parts, one larger part on the top and a smaller part on the bottom. Both of them can be used for measuring the ingredients. In this case, the size is 4 CL and 2 CL. The last ingredient is the bar spoon, but you can use any long spoon like a latte macchiato spoon or even a straw for stirring as well. As you can see, there are very few tools needed for making cocktails, so let's switch to the ingredients. In nearly all recipes you will find fruit juices or fruit juice drinks of various kinds and fruit or bar syrups that add additional flavors to the drinks. I won't show any spirits or liquors for the alcoholic versions in this video, but of course they will be part of those recipes and videos. In the non-alcoholic drinks you will also find various kinds of lemonades and soda water. Here a short explanation what soda water actually is. Soda water is a carbonated water that contains a certain amount of sodium bicarbonate. The exact amount needed to be called soda water differs from country to country. If you don't have any real soda water, any carbonated water will do as well. Milk and cream are also used for cocktail recipes, and there's another ingredient which is often forgotten, and that's ice. Nearly all cocktails are made using ice, and ice cubes are the preferred form for it. Of course, there are other recipes that demand other forms of ice, like for example crushed ice. However, crushed ice should only be used if the recipe asks for it, otherwise it would water down the drinks way too fast. If further ingredients are needed, the recipe will say so, but these are the most common ones that we will use in nearly all of our recipes. In most cases, our cocktails will be made using a cocktail shaker like this. So let's have a look on how to handle the shaker so you don't make a mess at your place when you try to recreate my drinks. The first step for most recipes is filling the shaker with ice cubes. As a rule of thumb, you could say that about 1/3 of the shaker should be filled with ice cubes for an average recipe. The ice is essential for cooling down the drinks, as most cocktails only taste if they are cold. The melting water emitted by the ice cubes is, in most cases, considered part of the recipe as well. Then we add all of our ingredients into the shaker. We use the jigger for measuring the exact amount of every ingredient and then pour it into the shaker. For the order of ingredients, here's one advice. Start off with the thicker ingredients like syrup or cream, and then continue with the thinner ingredients like juice or spirits. This way you can clean up the shaker with the thinner ingredients and get the remains of the thicker ones into the shaker as well. Another hint for the order of ingredients: if you work with more expensive ingredients like high quality liquors or spirits, add them to the shaker at the end. If you add them at the end, there are very few or even no other ingredients following them, so you reduce the risk of screwing up your drink afterwards, which would be a waste of your more expensive ingredients. Here's one very important warning: never ever add carbonated drinks into the shaker. We all know what happens if you shake a bottle of soda water. The same could happen within your shaker. In the best case, it just makes a big mess in your kitchen. In the worst case, the shaker could blow up, hurting you in the process. That's the reason why carbonated ingredients will not be put into the shaker, they will only be added afterwards into the drinking glass. After all ingredients are in the shaker, we can close it carefully, pressing the cap firmly onto the body and then start shaking. The correct way of holding is one hand on the top, the other hand on the bottom. Then raise it a bit above shoulder level and shake it. You'll shake about 5 to 10 seconds until water starts condensating on the surface of the shaker, which is a sign that the drink inside is cold enough. The contents of the shaker are then strained into a drinking glass with fresh ice cubes. The ice cubes within the shaker are not used any further. Usually they are shattered from the shaking, and like crushed ice, they would water down the drink way too fast. If you have very solid ice cubes, which means in particular no hollow bodies, then you can consider pouring the whole contents of the shaker with the ice cubes into the drinking glass. Add a straw and then we can start decorating the glass. For the decoration you should mostly rely on biological materials like fruits or parts of fruits, which are in the best case also edible, so you reduce the amount of waste produced. You should also not use too much of decoration, as the main attraction should be the drink and not the decoration on the glass. You should also avoid cliché decoration like mini umbrellas or glitter palm trees, as they only produce waste and are rarely to be found in reputable cocktail bars. So much for the basic techniques of making cocktails. In the next videos you will see the first recipes. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, see you in the next episode if you want to. Until then, goodbye and cheers!